Okay, this question is from the 2021 November grade 12 paper 1, and the topic is probability. So if you'd like to pause the video and try this on your own, there you go. And now we can work through it together. A and B are independent, and that's an important idea to know. So let's talk about independence, what that means. Independent events are events whose outcome do not affect each other. So if you roll a die once and roll it again, it doesn't matter what happened last time. And also there is a formula. If you multiply the probability of two individual events, it equals the probability of them both occurring. Those are independent events. Okay, so now we're told in this problem that the probability of A and B is 0.3, and the probability of only B is 0.2, and I would think a Venn diagram might be helpful here. A and B would be the overlapping part, and only B would be the part that's only B, not A. Okay, so are A and B mutually exclusive? Mutually exclusive is also an important term, and mutually exclusive means the two events cannot happen at the same time. So that means the probability of A and B has to equal 0. Well, so clearly in this case, A and B are not mutually exclusive, because the probability of A and B both occurring is not equal to 0. It was given as 0.3. Okay, let's keep going. Determine the probability of only A. Well, our Venn diagram could be helpful here also. The same Venn diagram might be helpful. What we're looking for is this probability here of only A, and we know again that the probability of A and B is equal to 0.3. The probability of B only is equal to 0.2. We know that the probability of A or B, this is from the formula sheet, is equal to the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A and B. And because these events are independent, we also know that the probability of A and B is equal to the probability of A times the probability of B, and that's going to be helpful for us here. Because the events are independent, that is true. So we have 0.3. Probability of A is what we're looking for, A only. Oh, nope. It's not a part of the formula though. And the probability of B is actually going to be 0.5 because that's 0.3 plus the 0.2. So the probability of A, if I divide, oops, I should not have written that way. If I divide, I get 0.6. That's the probability of A, but that isn't what they asked for. They asked for the probability of only A, and since we look back at our Venn diagram, we need to subtract off the probability of A and B. So the probability of A only is the 0.6, which we got, minus the 0.3, which is 0.3. And that's part A here. Part B is the probability of not A or not B. Again, the Venn diagram might be helpful for that. So it's anything that's not in A or it's not in B. Now we can finish filling in our Venn diagram now. We know that the outside of both of our events would be equal to 0.2 because we know they all have to add to 1. So I'm just going to look at my different sections here and ask myself, is this not in A or not in B? Out here, yeah, that's clearly not in A. It's not in B either, so that counts. That's going to be part of our answer. And now I'm going to look in here. Oh, that part is not in A, so that's going to be a part of our answer. That part is not in B, so that's going to be a part of our answer. But that last section, we can't say that that's not in A or not in B. So that will not be a part of our answer. So I'm going to take that out and I will answer part B. The probability of not A or not B is equal to 0.3 plus 0.2 plus 0.2, which is equal to 0.7. You could get that also by subtracting off that middle intersection. Okay, 12.2. A teacher has 5 different poetry books, 4 different dramas, and 3 different novels. She must arrange these 12 books to left to right on a shelf. So imagining putting 12 books, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Write down the probability that a novel will be the first book placed on the shelf. So in this first one, we're choosing from all 12 books, and so we have the 3 novels divided by 12 would give you that probability. We have 12 options total, and 3 of them are novels, so that would be the probability. So that probability of a novel in the first place would be 1/4. Okay, I'm going to stop this video now and we will complete it in the next video.